Mimi Samia Suluhu Hassan naapa kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu kwa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Naapa kwamba nitatenda kazi zangu za urais. Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
Tanzania.
The results are in. Samia Suluhu Hassan administration has been declared the winner of the October 29, 2025 presidential election in Tanzania. According to the official tally, she secured over 97% of the vote and will lead the country for another 5 years.
Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan wa CCM alipata kura milioni 31,913,866 sawa na 97.66%.
But this victory is already fueling more unrest than congratulations. The opposition and rights observers say the election was anything but fair, and the reaction could push Tanzania further into political crisis. The official result came despite the fact that both of the country's most prominent challengers were barred from running. The main opposition party, Chama cha Mapinduzi's longtime rival, was disqualified. Its leader, Tundu Lissu, remains detained. With the field cleared in advance, critics warn the vote was a formality, not a competition. Even before polling day, there were widespread reports of internet shutdowns, curfews, forced disappearances, and arrests of opposition supporters. On election day itself, violence broke out in major cities including Dar es Salaam and Mwanza. Gunfire, burning vehicles, and police in riot gear became part of the scene. Now, the declaration of the result has crystallized two major risks for Tanzania's future. One, a deepening legitimacy crisis for the government, and two, the likelihood of escalating unrest. From a legitimacy standpoint, winning 97% of the vote under these circumstances invites skepticism. It raises questions about whether the result reflects the will of the people or the will of the state. When opposition voices are silenced and voters know their choices are limited, a high percentage landslide becomes a warning signal, not a celebration. As one analyst recently noted, Tanzania doesn't have an election but a crackdown disguised as democracy. The Electoral Commission's claim of a turnout of 87% also conflicts with many eyewitnesses who reported many polling stations closed or disrupted. From the perspective of unrest, for many Tanzanians, this result will not calm the streets, it will inflame them. The protesters feel that their vote was stolen, their voices ignored. They see a government that used force, censorship, and intimidation to guarantee this result. The fact of the victory under such conditions will deepen resentment, fuel anger in the youth, and push dissent underground or back into the streets. Already, protests are spreading. In multiple cities, youths are defying curfew, coordinating via encrypted apps, refusing to accept what they call a coronation, not a contest.
Liko upande wa wananchi, jeshi liko upande wa wananchi, msiogope. Wanajeshi tunawapenda sana. Wanajeshi nyie ni ndugu zetu. Sisi tunawapenda sana. We love our country. Tanzania ni nchi yetu, hatuna nchi nyingine. Kwa hiyo sisi hatuna shida kabisa na nchi yetu. Sisi tunatetea utekaji, tunatetea mambo ambayo yanaendelea. Tunahitaji demokrasia ya haki. Tukimtaka fulani, ndo huyo ndo tunamhitaji. Hatutaki sisi mambo ya nyunyunyi wala nywenywenywe. Hawatafikia nyunyunyi. Sisi hatuna fujo kabisa. Sisi wanajeshi wetu tunawapenda sana.
If the government responds with further crackdowns, the spiral could turn into something far more unstable. Moreover, the lack of a credible mechanism for challenging the result is worrying. Tanzania law does not allow for results from the National Electoral Commission to be challenged in court. With no independent adjudication, dissenters may see no legal route and instead resort to protest, which risks further violence. The government now faces a delicate balancing act. It must assert that the result is legitimate and move the country forward. Yet, at the same time, it must address the underlying democratic deficits, exclusion of opposition, shrinking civic space, media shutdowns. Continued omission of these issues will deepen the country's divide. If the government tightens control further, locks down the media, continues curfews and internet blackouts, then the situation may settle into a brittle stability or collapse into open confrontation. If it opens space, allows investigations, restores fairness, perhaps there is a chance of easing the tension. But neither route is simple. Finally, the implications extend beyond Tanzania's borders. East Africa has long looked to Tanzania as a model of comparative stability and moderate growth. These elections threaten that image. Donor governments and regional bodies are already voicing concern. The cost of ignoring this moment may be far greater than many anticipate. For now, the result has been declared, but the story is not over. More than ballots were cast, more than a winner announced. What Tanzania has partly revealed is the price of power when choice disappears, and the danger of a people who believe their democracy has been betrayed. Thank you so much for watching. My name is the commentator, mjukuu wake Papa Francis. Unanitafuta Harmony Party. Bye bye for now.